What's going on, folks? Welcome back to We the Champs. It's good to be in the building. You are tuning in to the best sports show on the turf, on the court, the swimming pool, on the mats, wherever you might catch your sports. That's where we at, all right? I'm your host, Jalen. We got our co-host in the building, Uncle D, a.k.a. Coach Phil Blackson here. And we're about to hit you with this work, some NBA and NFL. But right before we do that, call to action real quick. Hit that like, subscribe, your bell notification so you can never miss out on this We the Champs action. All right. So we're going to start it off with some NBA talk, of course, and let's just get to the hottest series right now. Well, I don't even know that this is the hottest series, but this is the most surprising series thus far, and that's the Timberwolves versus the Nuggets. Timberwolves are up 2-0 in this series. Well, what the hell is going on here?
Hey, I called it.
You did.
Honestly, the Timberwolves it's really a whole matchup problem. So out of every team in the league, Minnesota is the only team that has the size on the interior and their wings. They have some of the best defensive wings in the league too. And they just match up with quickness. And then Denver, nobody really talks about how Denver's bench isn't deep this year. So they lost a lot of guys in free agency after they won a title, like every team does. Mm-hmm. But their bench isn't deep. They lost your boy Bruce.
What I keep saying, Bruce Bowen.
Bruce Brown. They lost some guys that did a lot of work for them. So, I mean, Cat is killing them, and everybody already knows this playoffs is the Ant-Man coming out party. So like that dude is really like putting the league on notice. The whole playoffs.
It's wild, man. So you think back to last year's situation. So the Nuggets were like the top efficient offense, just the best offense overall, and as far as versatility. And they weren't ranked so high up in the defensive aspect of the game. And so they had that going on for them. But however, they had the size, they had the length, you look at Aaron Gordon, who is a good defensive player, but Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray, but they are relatively long guys, so they can get in the passing lanes. And they're young too, so they can create pretty solid defense with just effort, And like you said, just like you're saying, you were right on the head with that. Meeting up with these long wings and perimeter players and the Timberwolves. So it's like, all right, size is meeting their match. And, it's tough to get around. It's tough to bully that, man. This is they getting bullied, man.
I watched what's my man Alexander pick up Jamal Murray full court. Like he was picking him up full court the whole game and like turning him. And then like he was smiling. He was just looking like he was just feasting on him. And then they just kept turning them over. They just kept turning them over. They couldn't even get into their offensive sets.
Yeah, wasn't it that one play where, you said he picked up Jamal Murray half court, then the other guy came in, and Murray was looked like he just looked like, all right, I love Murray, guys. I'm high on Murray, but he looked like he wanted to draw a foul or just fall down. He passed the ball. And they just getting at him, bro. They hitting them in the mouth. And the refs, what I'm loving is the refs are allowing this to happen. You're seeing like hand checks, them getting physical. And then, I believe the Nuggets can bounce back from this, but the behavior they displayed from the leadership is really like, okay. So we had Jamal Murray throwing the hand warmer on the court. Right. He did it twice.
He threw a towel and he threw the hand warmer, and then he got fined today 10 or 100 bands.
Yeah, 100. That's a lot.
I'm surprised he didn't get suspended though. So here's a crazy thing. If you throw something into the crowd, you get suspended. But you throw it onto the court, that's never really happened. But like that was kind of, if any of those dudes would have slipped on something, they could have been out of the series.
Right, that's dangerous, dude. You can't do stuff like that. Come on, man. Especially interfere. It wasn't between plays, right? It was during the play, wasn't it?
During plays.
Bro, what the hell?
Yeah, Joker,
come
Joker
on.
called him out for it.
Yeah, he should.
Yeah,
He definitely should. Like, bro, you got us looking stupid. And then Mike Malone with the he came out on there. So let's talk about those two specific plays. So it just, like I said, the refs are just letting them play and not giving them any petty calls like in that other game. So Karl Anthony Towns gets the ball down on the baseline. He's posting up. Jamal Murray, he bumps into him like you do in the post, and Jamal Murray just falls back. Cat just puts up the layup, and they're looking like, what the hell's going on? Like, bro, we banging, bro. I'm always pro defense, especially in basketball and football. However, drawing the charge, I've just never been like a really big fan of that. And then,
You talking about the LeBron, the flop?
The flop, bro. They're so crazy at it. Soccer play. I don't know who's better, soccer players, but soccer players be looking like they got shot. Hey, bro, soccer players be looking like they got shot for real. So there was that play, and what the Anthony Edwards, when he drove into the lane, that's when Mike and knocked over. Was it KCP?
He knocked over. Yeah, I think it was KCP.
Yeah, KCP. I'm sure KCP played along with that a little bit. There's no way he just sent him flying like that. Yeah. And Mike Malone just lost his cool, ran onto the court. So it's like, are they in their head? Like, I mean, what will it take for them to really bounce back into this?
Man, so I always look at the leadership. So is your number one player a dog? Is your number one player on your team playing defense? Is your number one player on your team grabbing a 50-50 ball? And man, Ant-Man is like getting blocked shots. He's the help defender. He's guarding bigs. I mean, he's just punking people. He's out there just staring at people. And so everybody on the team,
they call that lame ass tech on him. Hey, bro, y'all really gonna call that?
He's out there killing people, and he's telling you he's gonna kill you. Like, honestly, it's great. It's great to watch. It's great to watch the game.
Now, we were discussing this earlier through text message, and pretty much we said the catalyst to get the Nuggets back into this series, because they're getting bust down. This isn't just beat. This is arm length decisions. They're getting bust down. They got to make it. They have to make a statement, a physical statement early in the next game going to Minnesota. Like Kobe said, they got to run through their fucking chest on the first play. they need Draymond Green.
But they got see, the craziest thing is Minnesota did that without Rudy. Rudy was out for personal reasons, so Rudy wasn't even there.
Hold on, I'm sorry. He's out for personal reasons.
Yeah, he just missed a game. He's back in Minnesota.
Okay,
so he'll be playing this game. It wasn't anything crazy. I don't know. They just gave him a day off or whatever. But either way, it was listed as personal reasons. So he's still slotted playing the next game. The next game is Friday. But everybody knows Rudy is a bully. I'm not even saying Rudy's like dirty. I'm just saying Rudy is a bully. So you got the other team's bully on the team. So they're going to have to do something crazy, because when you have Cat, Rudy, Nas, then their wing defender, what's my man that they got from the Hornets, who is great, who's been playing great, Daniels, who's playing great defense. Alexander plays great defense. Mike Conley plays great defense.
Solid vet, old head out there.
And then your leader on your team, who's going to end up being an all defensive player throughout his career. Anthony Edwards is like picking people apart on both ends of the floor. I don't know, man. It's going to be crazy watching him play against SGA if Oklahoma City wins.
That'll be so nice. That'll be so nice. Like a young star matchup. So there's some stats I heard, or I wrote them down for the playoffs right now. So the oldest star in the playoffs at the moment, like as a star, is Kyrie Irving at the age of 32, right? And so you have 8 teams left. So that's 40 starters. Out of all of those 40 starters, only 6 of them are above the age of 30.
Mm.
That's wild.
Man, that means LeBron needs to go somewhere and sit down. I'm just watching my boy Chet murder people right now. I'm watching Luka.
He just caught an alley-oop in the game.
Yep, watching Luka murder people. Luka's old compared to these dudes, and he's only 25. So, man, like if you think about a league where it is now, look at what Minnesota just did to Phoenix and Kevin.
They bullied Phoenix
in their 30s, man. He's murdering people. So the league is crazy right now with young talent. So
it's so dope, man. And like we're seeing now, the old heads, they're still great. So you look at guys like Bron, Curry, and KD. Those are the big three of the old heads left.
Yeah.
It's like they're disbanding, man. I mean, but with those three, their ceilings, is coming down, but their floor is so high. They could never be bad players in the league. They will always be quality all-star players, until their bodies really break down.
It's not like we're looking at them like Kawhi is, and nothing against Kawhi. Kawhi has flashes of brilliance. His body just doesn't hold up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that situation is really different. But all those guys that were just running the game 10 years ago, it's like these new dudes are like pushing them out of the league. It's not even like they're like kind of sweeping them out of the way. They are pushing them out of the league.
And now
I ain't even talking about Jason Tatum and Jason Tatum been in the league so long, we don't even talk about him like that.
Right. Then you're looking at it, it's like, okay. I mean, you look at the Lakers. The Lakers still trying to do things with LeBron, which I believe if they do get a third, that true third guy, but it's still a stretch. And then you look at the Golden State Warriors. We've had segments where we said their dynasty is done. So I don't believe guys are going to play with them. If they really want to ring chase at the twilight of their career, they're going to have to be like, hey, bro, hey, Shay, what's up, man? Hey, I'm trying to hey, bro, I'm trying to get out there to OKC, bro. Like, what's up?
Yeah, man. But these young teams are so good and they're so well coached. They're gonna be like, nah, we don't need you. Because the chemistry that they have is another reason why they're playing so well.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can tell that like Jalen and then SGA and Chet, they got a big three of everybody. They're like 22 years old or less. So why would I get an old dude come on my team and ruin my chemistry?
Right, you got to keep that together. And piggybacking off of Jalen Brunson, he's had 4 or 5 straight 40-point games right now. Sorry about that, guys. Watching this, we had a little technical difficulties, but we swung right into the change of topic. So, like we were saying, speaking of Jalen Brunson, he's looking unstoppable right now. He's had 4 or 5 straight 40-point games in the playoffs right now.
4 straight.
Bro, he's on a heater.
I mean, it's crazy. And then I was listening to somebody say that Jalen Brunson's game is boring. And I was like, bro,
boring.
You watching something different. Yeah.
You see every shot he's making so far, like every shot he's making right now is a contested shot. I mean, he's getting there, but he's knocking down contested shots.
Dude. He's not a big dude. So it's like, to me, he reminds me of like, he's a muscular AI. That's what he is. That's what he looks like. He looks like a muscular AI. And man, I'm surprised nobody else has ever said that. But the way that he controls the game, his handles, his shot selection, he's not really the most efficient scorer, but that's cool because even the shots he takes, they're not bad shots. And it creates a chance to make to get rebound opportunities. And New York is killing them on the boards, man. So shout out to the Knicks. I don't know if I've ever said that in my life, man, but shout out to the Knicks.
Yeah, they're exciting to watch now. Just want to say I was wrong about the Knicks. I had the Sixers winning that series against them. Especially with Julius Randle being gone, I just thought that them having that one less shot creator to go to was going to be big issues, but that's not looking like the case now. And shout out Dante DiVincenzo, bro. He held Halliburton to 6 points.
Man, I bet
6 points.
Golden State really misses having him. Like, it's a crazy loss for that team. But DiVincenzo, whatever his name is, he's killing.
Those clutch threes he was knocking down
in both series. That Villanova 3, man, that team is crazy. Josh Hart always plays hard. Like, that's probably my favorite player on that team is Josh Hart. And that team is you're right, it's a fun team to watch. And Indiana is a good team.
Indiana's a good team. Now I'm expecting this to be a pretty good series. Game 1 was awesome. I wish Halliburton would have, gotten more into it, but I will say the refs did steal some possessions away from not just any possessions, but critical crunch time possessions away from the Pacers with the kickball and that movement. All right, so the kickball is like, you ain't had to call that, but it is a kickball, and the moving screen, I felt like that was a terrible call. And wasn't there a technical?
I don't remember the tech. I just know the moving screens. There was a play where they called a moving screen, but they didn't call a moving screen. There's a play they did call a moving screen. It was like one for the Knicks, and they did the play in the Knicks' favor, basically on both plays, and it looked crazy just because they were so back to back, and the refs kind of blew those plays. But I mean, I'm trying not to take anything away from the Knicks because they played hard and it really wasn't on them. But those refs, really all playoffs, especially in big games, man, the refs have not been great.
Yeah, they haven't been the best, especially with that one. But I think they'll look back at that and maybe clean some things up. Like I said, the moving screen, it was. I guess technically it was, and they looked back at it. They reviewed it and said, "Hey, this is a moving screen."
It was a right call, but it was just the timing of that in a playoff.
Yeah, the timing was terrible.
Yeah, but
it's like you could have swallowed your whistle on that one.
But really, that was Indiana's fault because Indiana had that lead. It's their fault for letting New York even get back in the game. Like, they didn't play good enough. Honestly, they didn't deserve that call by the way they played.
And so I'm liking this matchup. So for this second round, I felt like this was definitely one of the closer, like tight matchups. However, the Pacers can't keep up if Halliburton doesn't score some points and put up some buckets.
I mean, Halliburton, he will bounce back. He will definitely bounce back. Like, he's had poor games in playoffs. He's a young dude, but he'll bounce back. I'm not going to worry about them too much. I just think the craziest thing is that Indiana is not able to push the pace like they were doing in the regular season. New York slows it down so much. I mean, you can see it's a Tom Thibodeau coach team, how they just grind out a win. It's crazy. You remember, like, I would say about a year and a half ago, they were talking about trying to get fans were calling. I ain't gonna say it was serious talk about it, but fans were calling for Thibodeau to be fired as a coach. Like, after the first year.
Because then they had like a lot of high draft picks, but they weren't getting much success, right?
Right. Right. And then they flipped it when they got the Jalen Brunson signing, and everybody was like, "Why'd you sign him?"
Yeah.
For how much money they paid him. Everybody was like,
now you're looking at how much money they're paying him and the production he's putting it up. It's like, damn, bro, we literally got the steal of the decade.
Yeah, seriously.
Likely.
Yeah, they got a huge steal. And then even flipping RJ Barrett into OG
and an OB.
Crazy move, having a good two-way player. Plays big in big games. I mean, that trade worked out good for both teams. And people like Julius, nobody's even really talking about Julius.
Dude, nobody. I haven't heard anything about that. Maybe they're playing. Are they playing better without him?
Yeah.
Is it because he's not taking bad shots?
Yeah, and Julius gets a ball. He's an ISO big, which is something that's archaic in the NBA. Nobody really needs an ISO big, but yeah. But Mitchell Robinson, you see Mitchell Robinson is out probably for the playoffs.
Ooh, no, I didn't check that.
Yeah, Mitchell Robinson has a stress fracture in the same foot that kept him out for a while. So they just announced that today.
That's a big piece, especially in that interior, because he was doing a pretty good job against Joel Embiid in that Sixers series.
They got a lot of big bodies, man, between him and Precious and Mitchell Robinson and what's other white dude they got that can shoot and plays the other guy at the center. He's playing great. I mean, they play big in their games, man. So Knicks are doing it.
Okay. So who do you have for that series? So I know with the other one, the Wolves and Nuggets, you have the Wolves.
Yeah.
And guys, he called out the Wolves before the series started.
Thank you.
He didn't jump on that. But I'm still riding with the Nuggets, because if anybody can come back from this 2-0 deficit, it's the Denver Nuggets.
I think the Denver Nuggets have it in them to come back. I don't see them coming back against a team who like this is the Ant-Man year, because this reminds me of like the first year Golden State. Think about the first year Golden State went crazy. And everybody's like, what just happened? You know what I'm saying? They're like, what just happened? And Golden State came on the scene. This is the year is going to be like the same thing. And probably like,
damn, really? Oh, man, that's deep.
What just happened? Like, Ant-Man took over the league just like overnight. And that's what he's doing. Because he plays defense. He also can facilitate the offense.
Right. He can do it all, and then he's like he's not skinny, you know. He's built, you know. He's the athletic archetype, you know what I'm saying? And like that 2-guard position, you know, how popular the 2-guard position was. Kobe, you got Reggie Miller, guys like that, T-Mac, and of course MJ, that made that 2-guard position like the desirable position, you know what I'm saying? And he's that archetype, and dude, he's rocking with it.
I mean, so all right. So I'll say real quick, I got New York in that series just because they have home court advantage. Definitely got Minnesota. Ant-Man's on this tier. It's going to be crazy because you got him and SGA with the 2 best records in the West, and they're so different on how they play, right? Both of them are amazing. So it's going to be, I'm hoping for OKC, Minnesota, Western Conference Finals, so we can see the difference, because SGA is mid-range, silky smooth, like crazy game. But then
finisher at the rim, dude, his finishing at the rim is top notch.
Yeah. But then you got Ant, who is finishing at the rim in a different way, like trying to take the life away. So it's going to be crazy to see that contrast. But Anthony Edwards is definitely the American face of basketball right now. So when you think about American basketball, Anthony Edwards is going to be that guy. He's gonna be that dude. It's gonna be great. Think about the Olympics coming up, man. How is LeBron, Curry, and those in KD? How are they gonna defer, or how are they gonna try to big brother somebody who's actually playing better than them?
That's wild.
They're gonna have to get out of his way.
And then
his attitude is telling him they're gonna have to get out of his way.
that's gonna be tough pill to swallow, but I mean, you got to cheer for the guy, man. He's too likable. This other guy's pretty likable, but